Hi everybody, welcome to Global Careers. This is my hot tip for week going into week 2, and I'll be doing these on a regular basis. I check in with the teaching team just to see how you've been going during the past week in terms of your tutorials and get a little bit of an idea of what's being discussed in the tutorials and any challenges, any issues, but also to highlight some great behaviour as well. So firstly, I want to highlight and say thank you for those who have rocked up in week 1, which is not always easy after a long break. Thank you for being prepared. Thank you for attending. We did have a full house, so really happy about that. There are other students also on the waiting list that really are eager to come into Global Careers, so we're excited to accept them. However, we also know that it's really important for those who are currently enrolled that you continue to go to the correct tutorial. Please don't swap your tutorials unless that's been officially done through your timetable. That's an occupational health and safety matter. Communicate with your tutor if you have any questions around that. But great participation and prep, thank you so much. Keep that self-motivation, keep it at a really good level as we continue throughout semester 1. I also want to touch on linking theory to practice, which has come up sometimes in this course. We've had some questions in previous deliveries, students sort of wondering, well, where is the theory in this course, and is this a little bit too practice orientated? Well, to answer your question, there is theory in this course. It's called the readings, so that's why you need to prepare and come into tutorials. And we have set questions, we have discussions, and this is where we really link theory to practice and practice to theory. Really important for you to have a deep understanding of careers in terms of the reading list, but also to bring your own knowledge in terms of what you have done prior to Global Careers, the courses that you have studied, the perspectives that you are more swaying towards, and having a deeper understanding of how that connects to careers for you. For us, this course is all about making that journey specific for you. We can't obviously cater for every student in the course because everyone's coming from different disciplines, different degrees, different experiences, but what we can do is bring us all together in the tutorials, and this is why it's in person, and we have those conversations and we make sure they're linked to the theory in terms of the reading. So really important, theory is very much a part of this course, and we expect you to bring your knowledge, your experience, and your perceptions to that as well. So now I want to move on to AI. So this is a current exciting topic that continually comes up for everyone, and some people are also not so excited about it and quite concerned, and that's normal, and we would think that would also be brought to the tutorial discussions as well. So in terms of our student cohort for this semester, there are students swaying to no way, I'm not using AI, it's taking away jobs, it's taking away the human element of the workforce and what I bring to the table. That is a fair comment and something that we totally respect in this course. To those students who are not so sure, feeling a bit doubtful, kind of interested, not really 100% confident whether they'll actually go towards AI or completely ignore AI. And then there's those students which are really excited about AI and are really thinking that this is going to change the whole environment of careers, but that's exciting, and they're really interested in exploring AI in terms of their own career journey, but also the workplace and employability. Now, interestingly, the teaching team are also like this. We have those in the teaching team who are no way, don't really want to use AI, understand that it is taking away the human element of the workforce, etc., to not too sure, to really excited. And you can probably tell that I'm probably on the spectrum of really excited. So yeah, I'm very for AI, but in a sense that it needs to be ethical and responsible, but I'm also very aware that if we don't, as a teaching team, really allow you to understand what AI is doing, both negatively but also positively, and also what I'm interested in looking at when they're talking about AI literacy skills, which we want all students to have, then I feel as the course coordinator that I'm not bringing the right course to you. That doesn't mean you can't have your own perspective, your opinion on AI, and bring that to the classes as well as to your assessment. We are very for, depending on where you want to position yourself around the, from no way to all in, we get that. What we do ask is that you have respect for everyone in the classes when you're having those discussions, that those opinions are going to be really all over the place, and that really the reason it's such a difficult conversation to have, but a conversation we must have, is because everyone has their own a personal opinion and what I like to term a philosophy of practice. So it's really important for you as a student, as you start to navigate what career actually means for you. And it's not all about landing that perfect job. It's about understanding yourself and understanding yourself within the context of others. And so that is what this course is all about. So all opinions matter as long as they're done respectfully and you're listening and learning to others, but also you need to have a deep understanding of your own position and why. And we want to hear that and how that links to your career and in terms of the assessments in this course. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. I thought that was a really important highlight to make. Opinions matter, but we must make that sure. We must ensure that that's done in a respectful and authentic way as well, and including everyone, no matter what opinion they have in terms of AI. No doubt, employers and industry are expecting you as a graduate of your degree, and including completing this course, that you will have a high level of AI literacies. So what does that mean? Well, what AI literacy means that you're very much aware of AI in terms of industry and what industry are expecting. And sometimes in industry environments, you won't be able to use AI, that they will really want that human-centric touch and that knowledge, etc. And then there will be some situations where they're expecting you to use AI and understand what that means. To me, it's no different to any technological, digital literacy awareness. How to communicate through social media in a professional manner, how to use certain online platforms to do your work on a daily basis. There's no difference to me in terms of AI literacies. And this is why throughout the course, I've made sure I've peppered through, free access to courses that you can do and get a credential, for example, to build up your AI literacies. And as you know, the library offers amazing support in this area for students. So please don't feel like you're alone. You're not. This course is all about supporting you in that journey. And if you're feeling that the course is not touching on something in a deeper way that you really need, talk to us. If we don't know what you're feeling or thinking, we can't transform the course as it's evolving and being delivered to make sure it meets your needs. And I'm very much a teacher around when students are giving me input and feedback, I try and navigate that on the spot and make sure the course is delivering the need, delivering what it is that you really need. But if we don't know what you need, then we can't do that. So we invite you, please give us feedback. And that can just mean like an email to me, or it can mean a conversation after one of the tutorials with your tute, and just say, look, I'm really interested in this, and I'm finding, are we gonna explore that more? And we'll be able to tell you, yeah. In week 8, we dig deep into that. Or we'll be able to say, no, we only touch on that lightly. How about we bring something to the next tutorial class, right? Or a new reading, or etc. So yeah, very open to making sure this course meets your needs. This is what it's all about, right? Finally, what I want to say is keep at it. Look, we're only going into week 2. It's early, I know, in terms of the semester. Motivation will dip. It happens. But what I want you to do is start thinking about this course in terms of being industry practice ready. So if you were in the workforce and you had your first job, what would your motivation be like? And once you've done a couple of weeks, how would you navigate that? So remember, it's a long journey, not a short journey. So make sure you're managing your time, you're managing your learning really well. I know, because I do research in this area, students who really prepare for their learning succeed. And look, we've set this course up so that you will succeed. Each and every one of you are already at that HD. Now you need to prove to us so that we don't take that away from you. You're already starting at the high level. So come prepared, make sure you're doing your readings, come to the tutorials engaged. And that's sometimes not necessarily about being the first to talk in the classroom or feel like you have to always have a voice. It's also about listening and really taking in those moments of aha moments of discovery, exploration, and make sure you have some sort of technique to reflect on that while you're learning. Maybe that's note taking, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's making a recording after a tute just to refresh your memory about what was discussed. Find that balance for you and your own style, because this is all about what you will be doing in career. We all work to evolve ourselves in terms of our professionalism and how we want to operate in the workforce. So I know it's a little bit of a long tip today, but kind of important as we started semester 1. And I'm really looking forward to going to week 2, 3, 4, etc. And you'll be hearing from me on a regular basis. And yeah, can't wait to do the next hot tip. Thanks, everybody. Bye.